button blue. Sub if you new. Hey, what it do? Make the like button blue. Sub if you new.
Hello, salutations. What it do is Stop the Gamer, all five of the Do-Rag Gang. Know the vibes, like, subscribe, let's get it. What's going on, chat? What up, Do-Rag Nation? Is once again time for another Sadot the Gamer stream. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone is living their best life. What's up, 89? What's up, Drew? What it do? Samuel? What's up, Hemi? Predicting a Jane trailer tomorrow. Interesting. What's up, Divine Shine? What it do, True Savage? How's everyone doing? How's my Do-Rag Nation doing? Hope you had a wonderful Father's Day weekend. We're back at it. We're revisiting Outriders. Outriders, for those that don't know, is the first game that I made content for before becoming known as an Avengers guy. If you need a carry on from Team Xbox later, let me know. Oh, I'm way too good to need a carry, but I appreciate it. Do you actually have this game? Outriders is, of course, multi-platform, cross-play, 3 players. And they finally got the cross-play working. So that was a good update. So we are 7 days away from the Outriders Worldslayer expansion. So I figured it's a good time to jump into it. You have it on Game Pass, but are you any good? Do you have an in-game build? What's up with Black King? Glad to see you're doing well after staying up so late. Yeah, we're 7 days away from Worldslayer. So I'm gonna work on getting together what I need. Just trying to max out my resources. Get ready for the expansion. What's up, Mr. Clean Kids? You didn't know Kamala could heal herself by holding R2? Bro, imagine. Yeah, you're definitely not someone who's used to playing Kamala, that's for sure. Yeah. So I came out on the 30th. So if you pre-order Outriders Worldslayer, you get early access. You get it a couple of days early. If you pre-order, which I did. You think Jane Foster's coming on the 23rd? Definitely not. And the Vibranium event is coming out on Thursday. But they still have not done a trailer or pretty much anything. I mean, they, outside of the blog, they usually do a war table. They usually do a look at, a dev stream looking at some of the costumes. They'll do an interview with the voice actor or voice actress. I haven't had any of that yet. we ain't done that yet. Trailer tomorrow? That'd be interesting. I don't know though. We'll see. Don't they usually release characters on Tuesday? Yes, they usually release characters and patches in general on Tuesdays. That's why Miller, based on his data, thought that the most likely release date for Jane Foster would be the 28th. Which would be next week. I'm definitely expecting some kind of update this week. Maybe the trailer. I don't know about tomorrow though. Maybe Wednesday. I need to extra one of these. What do, Craig? Only way I could see them releasing it in July is if it was delayed, since they're targeting June. I don't think they're gonna release it in July just for the cross motion. If they're gonna do the cross, their plan for the cross motion is going to be the MCU skin, but their actual target is June, late June. Yeah, they're not doing a power level cap increase yet. Get some expeditions going. Haven't played Outriders myself in a little while. But since I'm only 7 days away from Worldslayer, figured I'd get it in. Get it on this channel. Jane Foster at 175 will be epic. We'll see. The devs seem excited to show us what she can do. I'm looking forward to what new moves they gave her. More importantly, how we can exploit her to make her extra OP. I have beaten the quarry. I have not played Until Dawn, so I couldn't tell you. But I did enjoy the quarry. It was pretty fun. Kept me guessing. Was entertaining throughout. And I like the touch at the end while you're watching the credits where they have the podcast playing. That was pretty fun. Cloning Labs is a separate update from 2.5. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Worldslayer. I missed the last live stream that Outriders did, but Worldslayer has so much content, it sounds like a new game. 27th or 29th. It depending on if you pre-ordered it or not. I pre-ordered it, so as you see, my countdown is already going. 7 days and 20 hours. That's 6/28. You don't know anything about this game, Craig? Oh, it's well, the objective is pretty straightforward. Shoot aliens and hostile human beings in the face. Basic premise is humanity exploring the stars for their own survival. Lands on a alien planet. Attempts to colonize it. But things go horribly wrong between the hostile alien species on the planet that don't like intruders and some phenomenon that gives some humans superhuman abilities. They have a pretty large scale war on their hands, and you're just a member of the war. You have superpowers, you survived, got superpowers, and you're helping out with the ongoing conflict. It's pretty good. I enjoyed the story, and it's of course a looter shooter. So once you go through the story, similar to Avengers and other looters, you're going to focus on farming loot, crafting your build, utilizing all your skills and what have you, and challenging yourself in in-game activities. You have 4 classes to choose from, all with different play styles and abilities. Right now, I'm using the Technomancer. This is a playstyle that relies, as the name implies, on weapons and technology. My build is based around using turrets to freeze and spread toxic, as well as my gun, which freezes anything it hits. And my armor gives me a huge damage boost whenever I'm attacking frozen enemies. It's not a live service game, but it does get regular. It has gotten regular updates, and this is its first expansion. The devs have expressed their intent to have further expansions, as well as potentially have a sequel. Yep, it is available on all platforms. It's multiplayer crossplay, 3 players. I have no idea what day the trailer's dropping. I thought the trailer would come out last week, but it looks like they're going to be cutting it close. You have a maxed out Pyromancer. Nice, nice. And I mainly run my Techno, but I have a Trickster, Pyromancer. The one class that I didn't mess with was the Devastator. That's the only class I didn't bother leveling up yet, because I just don't like the Devastator. I just could not get into it. Your Miss Marvel has a double jump. Yep, it's what's a well-known bug at this point. There's something happened. A lot of people got the bug from the Mega Hive. It's essentially a traversal related bug that gives you that gives characters the wrong animations. Like some people's Hawkeyes can fly like Iron Man. Some people's Thors can wall run and double jump. It's been like this for at least a month now, but they said they found a fix for it, and they're hoping that the traversal bug is solved with patch 2.5. Your Hawk has lasers now. Yeah. Fortunately, I never got the bug, so all of my characters have their normal traversal. But hopefully they fix it. How would they fix the bug? Same way they fixed any bug. They identify the cause, they test it internally until they can repeatedly replicate it and solve the bug. Then they test to make sure the fix works, and then they release it. And according to Brian, they were able to identify the bug, and we're testing it. Why do I keep freezing? What's up, Flossie? Ooh, you're dead. Oh, I ran out. I'm curious about the Outrider story that they're expanding on, but I'm mainly interested in all the cool other aspects they're adding. There's going to be a Paragon-like system, so the more you play, you'll be able to make your character even stronger without relying on gear. That's going to be exciting. They're expanding the skill trees, and from what I'm hearing from people who got early access, they got a sneak peek at the skill trees, and it looks like the skill trees are going to open up some more play styles. Avengers has VR on PS5. I don't believe so. Worldslayer is dropping the 28th. For me at least, because I pre-ordered it. Pre-order is still open, so if you pre-order right now, you get a little discount from the PlayStation Store if you get it on PlayStation, and you get access to it early. Come from days of double money wins and golden expeditions with no legendary drops. I remember those days. I was here. I've been playing Outriders since the demo. Yeah, so I was here for all of it. I was here for when launch happened and people couldn't log in. I was here when people got their inventories wiped and had to wait months to get their stuff back. Yeah, it was pretty rough. The best resolution for Avengers is 4K 60 SBS. I wouldn't know that. I'm not sure. I know they did a PS5 upgrade, but it's not the best PS5 upgrade. I know PlayStation 5 itself has been undergoing some updates, but I don't know of the max specs for Avengers on PS5. I don't pay attention to really that sort of thing. The biggest hype for Outriders is definitely the in-game content. They're adding new gear sets. They're expanding the skill trees. They're adding a Paragon system. So the more you'll play, the more you'll be able to gain levels, which will translate to increased power. On top of, the expanded story. But I'm mainly looking forward to all that in-game stuff because that's what's going to extend the longevity of the game. Not just, the story is, I'm sure it'll be fine. But what's going to keep people playing is going to be all the in-game stuff. Once you're done with the story, there's going to be new content. And because of the new skill trees and the Paragon system, it is going to incentivize you to keep playing. So it's kind of going to feel like a live service game because this is kind of like a Destiny level expansion. Yeah, that's going to be tricky. I plan on I'm definitely going to be streaming Worldslayer. But I also got to make sure I'm streaming Jane Foster whenever she drops. So I don't know exactly how that's going to work out because we still don't have a release date for Jane Foster. We don't know if it's coming out on the 28th or the 30th. Or if it's, been pushed out of this month altogether. We're still waiting for them to have a confident release date. But right now it looks like the 28th or the 30th, most likely. If it comes out on the 28th, then I'll probably stream Outriders on the 29th. If it comes out on the 30th, then I'll stream Outriders on the 28th. I'm hoping I can get it even earlier, but I'm not sure if they're going to have any extra early access. Because I know some people got to play Worldslayer already. But I don't know if they're planning on doing anything else. Going to be a busy week. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a busy week. At some point next week, I'm expecting Jane Foster to come out. I know for a fact Worldslayer comes out next week, but at some point next week, we could see we're most likely going to see Jane Foster drop. Either Tuesday or Thursday, or it could get delayed out of June altogether. Miller thinks the 28th or the 30th. He's leaning 28th as the most likely date, but that of course depends on if it's actually ready. Like patch 2.4 was supposed to come out on a Tuesday, but it ended up coming out on a Thursday. So it might get delayed, it might not. We'll have to see. well, regardless, this week they have to give us something unless it's delayed. Because already they're behind in terms of the marketing that they usually do for new characters. You know, by now, you know, you'd have a war table. They do a dev stream where they show us some costumes. They'll have a talk with the voice actor. They'll walk us through the combat moves and everything like that. So they've got some catching up to do. They definitely got some catching up to do. They can still do all that this week. They could drop a trailer one day. Then they can do a dev stream where they walk us through the costumes, some of the moves, so we can see it in action in more depth, and then say we're targeting X amount of date for the release, and they'd be all good to go. Then you have, you know, a media blitz. You know, have like how they did with Spider-Man. They had and Black Panther. You know, you give it to the media, let them play the update early, post some video of it, share their thoughts. But they are definitely cutting it close if they're planning on doing a release next week. They're definitely going to have to do a bit of cramming. It'd be crazy if everyone was waiting for a trailer just for them to tweet news and say, we apologize for not bringing any news about Jane Foster, so instead of June, we're targeting July. I mean, that's very possible. That like it's still holiday season 2020 with no communication. Well, not really. Like they're communicating more than they did. Like that's not the issue. The issue isn't like the lack of communication. It's the lack of meaningful updates compared to what they've done in the past. I'm accidentally using the pistols. They still work. Yeah, I gotta switch to the absolute zero. Get out of my way. July 5th is a Tuesday. It's 3 days before. Yeah, I'm sure they're hoping not to have to delay it, but that's very much possible. I mean, that would line up with what I said You know, people were like, June Foster, hashtag June Foster. And I was like, hashtag July Foster. I hope I'm wrong and it's hashtag June Foster instead of hashtag July Jane. But, you know, it's Crystal Dynamics. You never know. Could be delayed. Stuff happens. But they've seemed pretty confident and have said that everything is, you know, on time. But, you know, anything can happen. We know things are a little more difficult because they don't have a community manager yet. I hear they just hired one, but this whole time they haven't had a community manager. I'm hearing they just hired someone. So whoever that is, they have to get onboarded. But the communication should improve even more once they actually have a community manager. People didn't realize how much work Andy was doing behind the scenes. Until he left for Capcom. Plus, they release it next month. It's less or less for the MCU skin. Well, the MCU skin is already most likely done. Like they do all this stuff in advance. Like all the costumes that they're dropping for Jane should be done already. Her iconic outfit, the stuff that's on the challenge card, what's going to drop in the marketplace, the MCU, all that stuff should be done already. So it's just a matter of the actual update not being broken. That's going to determine when it comes out. Like if she doesn't come out in June, it's not going to be because of marketing. It's going to be because something went wrong with the patch and they couldn't fix it in time. Her iconic should be dope. They're hyping it up. They're hyping up all her costumes. So we'll see. They better deliver. Based on the silhouette, it looks pretty cool. But, you know, that's all we've gotten so far, a silhouette. But it's a really nice silhouette. Batman Challenge Card 2.0. Oh, please no. It was absolutely disgraceful how bad the Spider-Man Challenge Card was. No way Spider-Man should have the worst challenge card out of every hero. Hopefully they learned from that one. Because straight up, if I look at Jane's challenge card and it looks as bad as what we got for Spider-Man, I'm not spending any bread on it. Straight no, because Symbiote should have been in the finals here. Absolutely. Symbiote 2099 something. Shoot, even the Noir, like they took them weeks to even drop the Noir. think the iconic, yeah, that's what I was talking about, the silhouette. The fact that he was PS exclusive with that bad of a card. Yeah, holy. $29.99 would definitely fit this character design, absolutely. And it would make them money. More importantly. I'm giving him another chance this time, but yeah, if I look at change challenge card and it's dog water, I'm saving my money. Longer plus accurate hair would also make them money. True, but I don't know if they actually can. Still waiting for them to glitch Fireman Xbox. I don't think that's possible, but it would be hilarious. Outriders fire, need to play. Absolutely. Ever since they fixed Outriders, it's been really fun. I really enjoyed the game. That's why I'm looking forward to the expansion, because it's going to add a lot more replayability. That's been an issue with Outriders. You know, after that last update, after that last DLC they dropped, not really much to do. But now with the expansion, you're not just getting more story, you're getting more skill trees, more gear, a Paragon system, more end game missions. There was an Outrider DLC, yep. It was called Outriders New Horizons. It added some improvements to the game, plus some new expeditions, and that included some Easter eggs. It wasn't an expansion, so you know it wasn't huge, but it did give us some new missions in the form of expeditions and some highly requested quality of life improvements. Yep, expeditions were no longer timed after New Horizons. That was one of the main complaints about expeditions. Previously, they were on a timer. So the faster your time, the higher your odds of getting the best possible loot, which are legendaries. And the problem with that is it basically shoehorned everybody into making the exact same build if they wanted to play expeditions. Everyone had to have a high DPS bullet build basically if they wanted to get through the expedition and get high level loot. Like you just could not do anything else. The only way to get through these expeditions in the the highest amount of time was to just do as much damage as fast as possible. But now that they took the timer off, you can pretty much do whatever you want and just, you know, take your time. Yeah, so everyone at the time was basically running a Trickster or a Necromancer for the most part. Like, Devastators were down tremendous. Use the Ash Blast Pyro. Is there? I think I had that build too. See, almost max level drop pod resources. I remember when people got mad because they had a couple issues with a nerf. So one of the defensive perks, there was a general problem with defense, and there was a perk that people were using called a golem that was not working as intended. It was way more powerful than it was supposed to be, and they had already nerfed bullet builds like the first week before anyone even got to the end game for the most part. So people were pissed about that. Then they nerfed the golem, which a lot of people were relying on for defense because the defensive perks overall were kind of trash, and there was an issue with armor and damage mitigation. But when they nerfed the golem perk, it like broke everything else with defense, and people were just getting one shot left and right. It was crazy. What's up, Precision? Use Trickster. Yeah, Trickster was my favorite during the demo, but I didn't like it as much when I got the full game until later on after several updates, and I got a build that I actually liked for it. Now it's pretty fun. It looks cool too. Still looks cool. How you doing today, my friend? Let's see what I need to do on my Trickster. Other than just generally get more resources. I think I was looking for something. Lady they shown from Worldslayer looks interesting to the game story. Want to know more about the lore on the character? Absolutely. It looks pretty dope. I definitely need more resources. Just running some Outriders, getting ready for Worldslayer. 7 days away. Yeah, I like the build. Guess I need some better boots. Yeah. Definitely better boots. Alright. Alright, let's find some good boots. How you doing, Mr. Jones? Chilling, trying to get clips on Spider-Man. Nice. Yeah, Lejeune's playing a Shattered Dimension right now. Just trying to relax. Today was kind of rough. So I'm just out here trying to shoot some stuff. Ooh. Right in the face. It was rough getting Avengers to 174. You're doing it through the raid. We actually were playing the raid a little bit last night, trying to carry Aqua. It's not bad. Pretty easy when there's no bugs. But that's the trick, though. When there's no bugs. I love the movement of the Trickster. Think Jane in a few weeks. So you're predicting July, Jane. Ooh. Where you at? There you are. Yeah, I'm getting close to having all my Avengers characters maxed to 175. I'm trying to save a little something for the events. But I'm almost done. So far I've got Thor, Iron Man, Hawkeye maxed out at 175. I got Kamala at 174. And I got Spider-Man at 170. And everyone else is like 164. You could do 175, but Ray got your head spinning. Rather wait for the next event. Yeah, I'd rather wait for the Corrupted Vibranium event. The sub on Avengers really bugging. They want Jane to come out now. What else is new? You're saying the Marvel's Avengers sub is impatient? I'm shocked. I can't see anything. Trying to set this up right. Enjoying playing Kamala and Cap right now. Yeah, Kamala is a lot of fun. I'm building a more melee Kamala. Microphone stay up. There it is. Can I move this over? Haven't played in a minute, but you're redownloading. It's the best gear to get your Iron Man into shape. I guess that would depend on what type of Iron Man you're building. Unfortunately, the best piece of Iron Man gear, besides obviously the Tachyon piece, the God Roll Tachyon piece, is this Priority Mission exotic in the slot 4. But sadly, they changed the last perk after patch 2.3. Instead of getting that perk that gives you like a 200% increase to your heroic charge rate, you instead get an extra charge of your arc overload. So if you don't already have that piece, there's no way to actually get it again. Yeah, otherwise it's pretty straightforward. Figure out how you want to build them. Rockets, repulsors, lasers. And just get supporting gear for that. Sonic lasers is best for lasers. Got him. This is a different character? Yeah, I'm rocking the Trickster right now. I remembered that I still had to level him up. Well, not level, but get some more gear. You're playing Avengers too much. You play the Wakanda raid in your dreams. That's something I expect from like Fate Walker or Struggler Bry. Or like Lejeune. They play this like... They play the raid like... all the time. Mad yourself for not taking advantage of certain OP offline gear for Kamala, Cat Widow, because they changed up since last patch. Yeah, that's unfortunate. We missed out on some of the cheese. Surprise. Wakanda Forever trailer dropping after Love and Thunder. I'm here for it. That's going to be an important trailer. I think Wakanda Forever is either going to be really good, but it could go down really fast. Like, they're going to have to be able to handle the Chadwick and T'Challa thing really well, or it's going to be like a disaster. Single player 8 out of 10, multiplayer 7.5 so far. Single player has always been solid. Multiplayer start off with rocky, but will get better with each update. Fair. You know, a best chest piece for Iron Man from Elite Raid, the 25% additional vibranium damage with the Unibeam Explosion. That was pretty good. I have the Unibeam Explosion, but I don't have a god roll of it. But for Iron Man's chest piece, I'd just be using a raid piece that gives me like sonic immunity. The whole clone labs, you feel like they're trying to appease the player base. Can't wait to try it. Oh yeah, it's definitely something people have been requesting. You know, they were like, "Where's cloning labs?" You know, cloning labs doesn't exist. Meme, all that, blah blah blah. And then they wanted the MODOK. But it sounds like it's going to be good. I was talking to Alex about it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they cooked up. It's a lot of monsters. I just love being able to teleport. Even though my Techno and Trickster are both bullet builds, it definitely adds a very different playstyle. Got him. 3 left, 2. There we got him. You may still divide the abomination triplets. I haven't even considered that. It actually is possible. I don't actually know how they're going to lead us into it. I wouldn't necessarily hate having to fight Abomination. You don't like how you can't even breed too many monsters? Yeah, I don't think I can do this expedition with this build. I don't have enough visibility. I can't see the monitor. I can't see the screen with my current setup. Because boss floors were kind of what we were hoping to get with the raid. Like, I remember when the raid first came out, when we first found out what was actually in the raid, it was so many, seemed like some missed opportunities to have a boss floor. Like, you're expecting Crossbones to show up at some point, and Crossbones never showed up, and the whole thing turned out to literally just be one floor boss. Essentially, you had the giant, you had the ads outside, then you had the giant spider, and that was it. It was just, the rest was just platform stuff until you got the claw, and then they just broke the claw fight up into multiple phases. Best story angle to end aim would be by the hands of Ultron as he takes command over all aim. Yes, if since Ultron seems to be the next villain, and since apparently the end of the AIM storyline is going to be Cloning Labs, that seems like a plausible transition. You had to fight a white mechanic, yeah, exactly. There's so many opportunities where they could have just made it more interesting. But just like standing on platforms and a white mechanic, and it's just like, you know, it's a superhero game. Like, you can just throw some bosses in here Those some, you know, those some enemy boss floors. Instead of invincible turrets to, you know, pad the difficulty. That plays all the games that fell off. You do realize Outriders not only never fell off, it has an expansion coming out like in a week, right? Also, the last game I played was The Quarry, which is brand new. Is that game fun? The Quarry, yeah. Game was a lot of fun. I'm still mad that I couldn't save Brenda's song. But there's a feature that lets you replay character deaths, just in case you failed to save somebody. You have 3 attempts to change the outcome, which alters the story. People were saying it was like Until Dawn. Yeah, pretty much. It's basically, instead of like a, you know, a action RPG or something like that, it's basically an interactive story. The game's very cinematic. You make different decisions, and your decisions legitimately impact the story. Avengers or Outriders? I have no idea. Usually people come in here just to hate on Avengers, but I'm playing Outriders at the moment. Usually people don't hate on Outriders. Especially now, with all the changes that come to Outriders. But who knows? I think they're just, in general, just here to be a hater. And they just don't have enough information to make it clever. You think I'll play Pokemon Unite? I disagree. I think the last Pokemon game I actually played was like Stadium. On, I think legitimately, I have not played a Pokemon game since Nintendo 64. I don't have a Switch. I don't have a Wii. I didn't play Pokemon Go. I think legit has been... I think I legit have not played a Pokemon game since the 64. That's crazy. You want to see me get on Gotham Knights? I want to see me get on Gotham Knights, but it ain't out yet. Yeah, make it so you can do high DPS without sacrificing defense. Very true. That's the one thing. That's one thing they definitely need to improve on. The usefulness of not only defense perks on the skill tree, but also definitely defense perks on gear. But sub will go for a Switch and a Pokemon Unite. Here's the thing about Pokemon Unite and a Switch. I don't want to play either of those things. That's the trickiest part about it. That's the real hurdle here. I don't want to play Pokemon Unite or own a Switch. That's the biggest obstacle. I would rather buy an Oculus. I'd rather get an Oculus and start streaming VR games than get into Switch and Pokemon. For Gotham Knights, I'm waiting for a key. Have I tried to get back into Destiny 2? Nah. I reached the peak of my interest once I stopped being willing to spend money on the game. Once I didn't want to spend money on the game. And if you're not spending money on the game, the entertainment kind of runs out after a while. Your content creator for the people. Yep, that's why I still play Avengers. I'm a man of the people. Apex never really appealed to me. Aqua Girl didn't want to play a Switch either. New Naruto collab is coming to Fortnite. Yeah, I heard about it. Fortnite can wake me up when they do a Jujutsu Kaisen collab. If I see some Gojo skins, then maybe I'll consider playing some Fortnite again. That'll easily be the best Charizard in A if you played. I don't know how sweaty is the competitive Pokemon scene. Is it as sweaty as Yu-Gi-Oh? You should give High Ruler and Lejeune advice on staying neutral versus turning to haters. Why? They're doing that just fine. I was just in Lejeune's Avenger stream the other day when he was playing the raid. I was playing the raid with him. Actually, we were playing the Elite raid together, and Lejeune got kicked in literally the final boss battle. We were literally at the final part of the claw fight. And Lejeune was the only one that got kicked. He ended the stream. That was too funny. High Ruler is a grown man, can do what he wants. You know, I personally probably wouldn't post a video of myself deleting Avengers in anger, but I mean, High Ruler couldn't do that and doesn't seem to affect his reputation at all. Besides, I get called I've gotten called an Avengers hater many times, despite being neutral, despite objectively being neutral. So there's really no advice. Like the people, the people who do that, like the tribal parts of this community. It doesn't matter. It doesn't actually matter what you do or say. You can be the most neutral person in the world. It doesn't matter because, you know, they don't care. It's tribalism. They don't care about facts. They don't care about reason. It's just pure tribalism. I've witnessed it myself. I've literally went on the Avengers Discord, the official Avengers Discord, and lightly criticize them for removing the in development section of the blog every single week and not giving us any updates on what's going on. And I got accused of spreading hate. So it's not about being neutral or not. It's just, you know, just be yourself, be honest. Appreciate the sub, Kryptonian Love. But regardless of what you do, you're going to have people coming at you regardless. So it's best to just ignore those people because they ultimately don't matter. You know, they're not here to contribute anything of value to the community. You know, they're not someone you can have a rational conversation with. You know, they're just there to be tribal and get attention. So it's really no point in like engaging in or of changing your behavior if there's nothing wrong with your behavior. Lejeune's fine. Lejeune's chill. He'll be alright. Why'd you kick legit? I did. I had nothing to do with it. It was purely the game. You've been watching Lego Star Wars. It was fire. Yeah, I enjoyed the game. Hope Jane has some heroic glitches like Thor. Oh, I'm sure she will. I look forward to finding them and exploiting them. What's my favorite looter shooter? I haven't played that many. Destiny was really good. It probably would be Destiny 2, but I just came into Destiny 2 late and didn't feel like spending, money on, all the content. But the bit of it that I played, it was just so well done. Like I love the maps. The combat was really fun and addicting. The patrol mode is really great. Clearly there is a lot of depth to the loot and the raids and everything. They have a lot of different content. It's a really great looter shooter. It's the best quality looter shooter I've ever played. I got the Destiny 2 after it was polished and everything. I didn't play Destiny when it sucked. I came in on the end. So I can get rid of 70s excess. Is Kyle just ignored by the Marvel's Avengers community? Pretty much, for the most part at this point. He occasionally gets referenced, but ultimately that side of the community, mainly stick to themselves, and everyone else does their own thing. Get rid of that one. Took a fat nap. What's up, Umbrin? Chilling. Just out riding. Sucks that it took so long to add more content to Avengers. Yep, but at least they're doing it. It's definitely understandable after finding out that the little company got sold. Things are looking up though. Can't wait to find Super OP cheese offline gear for Jane. Absolutely. I want to get more details on her heroics and her gear, because pretty much a lot of the exploits with Avengers function the same. So unless they fix them all, we should be able to apply some of the same stuff to Jane Foster. So I just got to look at her gear, and it's going to be fun because it's going to be a lot easier now to get exotics for what you need for your heroes. You literally woke up to your stream. I appreciate that. Because now you can farm the vaults, you can farm the villain sectors for exotics sets. Then you're going to have the event where you're going to be able to farm even better gear and get superior exotics. So it should be a lot faster to level up Jane than past heroes with good gear. So I'm going to spend a lot of time trying to find the exploits. Mr. Clean Kid's gotta change his lifestyle eventually. Doing too much. Gotta get targeted, buff, attack, and surge again. Probably. Though we don't know for sure if the best way to play Jane is going to be ranged Valor, like with Thor, because we don't know what her ranged attack is going to be. But it's a good chance that's going to be the case. But the Tachyon event isn't going to come back around for a while. So fortunately, I'm not going to have to worry about farming for that anytime soon. What's up, Romano? Worldslayer is 7 days away, but I think that's for the pre-order. I pre-ordered the game, the Worldslayer edition, so I get early access. But the release date is the 28th. This summer, you ain't working like 3 years. So this is you making up for lost time. I feel it. Dumb question. Will Jane come with a double, triple, quadruple XP event? Not a dumb question. I don't know, because they didn't go into any more specifics about what's going to happen yet with the 2.5 update. But triple, double XP, that's something they've been consistently doing for heroes lately, for individual heroes at least. Just to celebrate their new cosmetics into the game. Now it's possible that they do a XP event because a new hero comes to the game, which means there's going to be a lot of new players logging on. You're going to have returning players getting the game for the first time. So they might want to, throw some extra XP to make it seem less grindy. At least that's what I would do. But then some of the devs are weird about time gating. So who knows? Notifications are on. Should you put up a video on exploits? I appreciate it. I haven't posted an exploit. Trickster Ridiculous is usually the exploit guy. I haven't posted an Avengers exploit since I posted the Bifrost Thor glitch, but there are more I could do. I haven't posted the Hawkeye one yet. I might make a video on it like next week when I'm sure they can't patch it. Everyone going to be doing up from the depths for 2 or 3 hours to get chained to level 50. Well, it depends on how long it takes to do it, because they might have you know, that extra XP. So if they do a double XP or they do like a triple XP, it should be pretty fast. Am I streaming the Jane reveal? Depends on what they're doing. If they just drop the trailer out of nowhere, then I might just do like a live reaction. But if it's like I'll just do a reaction video. But if they do a blog, then in addition to the trailer, then we'll go live and go over everything, watch the trailer. You're also part of the Sadot will play the Pokemon Unite Club. It's going to be must be a small club. You keep all the perks on that piece of the extra Night Storm. Yeah, you can do that with multiple Hawkeye gear perks. You could actually stack Hawkeye gear perks without using the gear piece. Be careful of posting exploits. This ridiculous is gonna get me. This ridiculous is an encourager of exploits. You should be afraid of crystal dynamics. You just gotta be careful of the type of exploit. Because I'm pretty sure they banned Tricks Ridiculous because of the shipment exploit that he posted, rather than the time travel cheese. Because who cares if you get around time gating for the raid? I think because of because of the exploit he showed people how to do to get free shipment skins. That's the one they banned him for. So anything related to shipment skins or the challenge card, gotta stay away from. Most of the other stuff should be fair game. The fact that they took time stuff away from this game definitely makes farming bucks better. Yeah, it took a while, but they finally started listening. Game is a lot more fun with less time gating. Hold still. Hold still. There you go. Hopefully the new OLT is in time to get it. True. I mean, it's gonna be, but to what degree? I feel like this is a good. You know what? I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask Alex about it actually, because that's the other thing. In addition to the raid being unstable, the problem is the lack of incentive to replay it. Like targeted farming would be, you know, really great, but people aren't really incentivized to play the raid over it again a lot for the most part, because it's like, okay, you complete it one time and then, I mean, that's it. You get your 3 superiors, you know, you get your superior exotics, your superior minor artifact, and then after you play it, if you play it again, then you just get one random piece of gear. Like, that's unacceptable, especially considering how long the raid is. So I'm hoping that since they're not supposed to be raising the level cap with the cloning lab update, they won't see the need to time gate. And just let us, and they'll just let us have our targeted farming. Because if the cap is because if the requirement to play the OLT is 175, and you're not raising the power level cap, then there's literally no reason to time gate at all. Because the whole reason you're time getting the elite raid and the normal raid and the previous OLT is because those give out superior exotics, which act as part of the new upgrade system. But since 175 is a cap, there's no reason to time gate it at all, because you're not leveling up from the OLT. You're already at the you're already at the cap. So the amount of rewards you get at the end should be the same with each completion. That's in general, that's how end-game content is supposed to work in looters, but also it just makes more sense for this particular activity. The reason I'm not doing the attack rifle setting? What do you mean the attack rifle setting? Are you talking about the purple rifle that people usually use? But eventually they're going to raise it to 200, but as far as I know, they're not. They aren't doing it for cloning labs. Yeah, I use the absolute 0 instead of the Earthborn Renegade, simply because the way I have my build set up, the Absolute Zero does more damage. I also couldn't get a good roll on the Assault Rifle Tactical anyway, so it only has an 85k power level and firepower instead of 99k. So I'm actually doing just significantly more damage with the Absolute Zero. Because, you know, I have the set bonus that gives me the 90% damage boost on frozen enemies, and with the Absolute Zero, every enemy I hit is going to be frozen. So overall, I'm doing more damage. Even if I would prefer to have the Bone Shrapnel, because I don't have the 99k firepower, the Absolute Zero just works better with my build.
Outrider detected. Access granted.
I'm gonna ask about it though, so I want to clarify whether or not what's going on with the power level situation with the cloning labs update. Oh, don't need that. So the 50k power. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is the Technomancer ended up being my favorite. It's my strongest build. Yeah, I just love it. The suits my playstyle. Control the battlefield with the turrets. Ice and toxic. Got a migraine. Don't need these. Any good news about Marvel's Avengers? Nope. Is Moon Knight coming to Marvel's Avengers? Nope. But if you're a Moon Knight fan, I interest you in Marvel's Midnight Suns instead. Something to look forward to. Midnight Suns, it may be a turn-based strategy game, but you know, it's got Ghost Rider, it's got Blade, it's got Spider-Man, it's got Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch and Venom, Hulk, Iron Man, I think Magic, I think Morbius. It might actually be Morbin time. I think they already teased that Moon Knight is coming. So if you can overlook the fact that it's a turn-based strategy game, that might be something you can look at. Because the characters coming to Avengers are already set. pretty much already established. We've gone over it on the channel before. The heroes coming to Avengers this year are pretty much set in stone. Jane Foster, She-Hulk, Winter Soldier, Captain Marvel being the third here, the last hero in the current development pipeline. If they were going to do Moon Knight, it would be similar to how they did Jane Foster. It would have to be like it would have to be, you know, not quite Echo, but, you know, Echo adjacent type of character. And it would have to be an MCU tie-in. And the reason why they're not doing Moon Knight, in addition to the developers seemingly not having any interest in doing Moon Knight, they didn't have enough time. They needed something to come in before She-Hulk. They wanted it to be a hero that's tied in with the MCU, but they didn't have enough time to develop Moon Knight because his show was coming out in March. So they chose Jane Foster because instead of a Disney Plus show, she was going to be featured in a major movie, you know, the latest Thor movie. So they put on Jane Foster and went in that direction. So now when Jane Foster comes out, they're going to be able to cross promote her with the Thor Love and Thunder movie, which will bring in new players, people who've never played the game before, but are interested in playing as Jane Foster, you know, returning players who want to, you know, give the new character a shot, or who just saw the movie and want to reenact it, you know, cop the MCU skin. You know, if they're going to do something similar with how they did the Jane Foster, it would have to be a character that makes sense, that's going to be tied to an MCU project. So, for example, it would make sense for them to do, say, a Riri Williams Ironheart Echo adjacent character, because she's rumored to be in the Wakanda Forever movie, in addition to the fact that she's getting her own show. Same thing with War Machine. You know, it would make sense to do a War Machine drop when Armor Wars is going to come out, you know, to get that cross promotion. But if you're just talking about a standalone hero, it would, you know, have to be someone with a bit more popularity and relevance. For all the convenient tie-ins of the game and moves, recent Marvels, he really doesn't like saying they were tying. Yeah, which I don't know why. Like, yeah, like they were, like Nick was kind of trying to be cute, pretend like you know, like he admitted like it wasn't a coincidence that Jane Foster was revealed the day after the Love and Thunder trailer dropped, but he was trying to, I guess he was trying to, I think the motivation was to make it so that people don't think they're holding back content specifically to tie in with the MCU better, even though they are, but they don't want, you know, to tell people that if that's the case, because, you know, obviously people would not be happy about that. You know, they're like, well, if She-Hulk's ready, just put her in the game. You know, why are we waiting? For example, you know, why would we wait for the freaking show whenever that comes out? If the content's ready, just put it out. But yeah, the synergy is apparently very important with Marvel games, and it's part of their direction going forward. So expect to see more and more synergy. And they're getting better at it. You know, they famously completely failed to capitalize on the Spider-Man No Way Home hype, but you know, they capitalized on Miss Marvel. They had her MCU skin out the same day the show dropped. You know, if they're going to have, assuming there's no crazy delays, they're going to have Jane Foster in the game, and then they're going to have her MCU skin when all ready to go by the time the movie comes out. And then they could drop She-Hulk to pair with her show in August. They're not going to have unfortunately, Winter Soldier is not going to have his own tie-in. You know, they missed that window. But he's still a character. He's still just by himself a character that people really like and want to see in the game. So that should be fine as well. I gotta get back up here. Captain Falcon. Falcon Punch! Captain Falcon would be a curveball, but I can roll with it. I can get down with Falcon. Not high on the list of my most anticipated characters. But at least he's a flyer. I'm sure he'd be pretty powerful as well. You know, they'd have to give him a drone. So he'd be a flyer with a pet build. Need more flyers in game? Well, yeah, that's why you got, you know, Captain Marvel on the way. You got Jane coming. You know, Doctor Strange can fly. Wanda could fly. How did they take off Spider-Man outfits on PS4? What do you mean? Who took off Spider-Man outfits? She-Hulk can fly. What, in the comics? Is it a current run? Because I know She-Hulk went through some changes in the current run. But as far as I know, she's not going to be a flyer. This is supposed to be like classic She-Hulk. She's going to be more agile than Hawk. The shield outfit. You're saying they took a Spider-Man outfit out of the marketplace? I mean, they take stuff out of the marketplace all the time. They recently in the last like couple months, they purged a bunch of recolors from the marketplace because they said they wanted to experiment essentially with a less cluttered marketplace in terms of cosmetics. So they basically got rid of a bunch of the recolors and skins that weren't selling very well. That could be what happened. But yeah, in general, they will remove stuff anytime for no particular reason that they, well, at least no reason that they tell us. You know, sometimes stuff will just not be in the marketplace anymore. Even relatively new stuff. Assume it's money related. If it's not a bug, it's money related. You know, if something's not selling, they'll probably just get rid of it now. She uses her thickness to leap bound. Yeah, she jumps with thickness. Is that how that works? It's a pretty neat ability. She don't have jiggle figures? Well, yeah, no one in this game has jiggle. There are no jiggle physics at all in this game. This is not like Genshin Impact. These developers, these aren't those kind of developers. They don't do jiggle physics. These aren't the Japanese developers. It's granny buns and sweatpants. And randomly shirtless Captain America. Eva West, I haven't looked at it at all. I saw the trailer. I just didn't click on it yet. I saw it pop up in my recommended. First I thought it was Red Dead. I was like, oh, what is this? What kind of game is it? Evil West. Is it like Red Dead? Is it like an open world adventure game? Do I like playing as Captain America? Yeah, he's fine. Slapping multiple enemies with the shield is pretty satisfying. And his takedowns are pretty cool. No powering up for you. Oh wait, that should have melted him. Oh, I got one shot. Damn. Is it too late to jump in Outriders? Let me see. There's something wrong with my gear. I don't think I could. Yeah, I can't change it yet. Let me try swapping out, swapping back in. Yeah, it's definitely a good time to jump in because the expansion that's coming right now is pretty massive. Especially if you're on Game Pass, you can just grab it. And if you like the base game, you can go for the expansion because you're gonna have a lot of content, new content drop. I like playing as Spider-Man. Yes, I like playing as Spider-Man. I like playing as everybody in Marvel's Avengers. Obviously I have my favorites. If you watch my streams, you know that I usually play Thor, Hawkeye, Iron Man, Hulk, Spider-Man. Most often, but I've made it a point to at the very least level up everybody and put together decent builds for them. Because every hero in this game is good in their own way. They just, they can just, take some getting used to. Yeah, that's why even my lowest heroes are 164. I probably play with Black Panther the least. But any character that any character that I play with, when I do play with them, I have fun with it. I have fun with them. Because I built them decently. I just have my preferences. Yeah, Black Panther's traversal definitely needs to be faster because he's way too slow. Especially if they plan on still doing patrol mode. Like that might have been what the meeting they had was about. Because according to Miller's leaks, they're still working on patrol mode. They haven't abandoned it. And the devs had that meeting talking about updating traversal. Because if they're still planning on doing patrol mode, they absolutely have to update the character traversal. Because you can't have a patrol mode where you're roaming around an open map with Black Panther and he's moving that slow. It's just not going to be fun. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with like Hawkeye and Black Widow. Those type of characters. They mentioned the possibility of, giving some of the characters vehicles, which you can do in patrol mode in Destiny. But for Captain America and Black Panther, it would literally just be a matter of making them sprint faster. Captain America can already sprint faster, but if you give him a way to run faster without burning intrinsic, that would be ideal. And just do the same for Black Panther. What's up, Sophie? This is Outriders. Would I date Lori Harvey? What? What are you talking about? So that was great. Date Brenda Song? Absolutely. Actually, no, I wouldn't. I would not date Brenda Song. I would marry Brenda Song. We would have a nice house in the country. .5 kids. She would help me with my YouTube business. We would live in peace and harmony. What do I think of Daredevil in Avengers? Love the character. Have no interest in seeing him in Avengers anytime soon. Especially now. The girl who just broke up with Michael B. Jordan. She has a bad track record. Well, if she broke up with Michael B. Jordan, I have no interest in her. Whatsoever. You don't break up with Michael B. Jordan. Brenda Song is bae. Love getting them when they land. Excuse me while I pass through for a bit. You playing Evil Dead? I have not touched that game yet. I was going to try it if I could get early access, but I never got early access and I didn't end up buying it. Everyone else seems to have kind of moved on from it. He showed the Killmonger move in bed. That's why she left him. She wasn't ready. She wasn't ready. What's up, A-Right? Imagine leaving Michael B. Jordan. Like, why would I try to date her? I'm not competing with Michael B. Jordan. if Michael B. Jordan wasn't good enough for her. Why would I waste my time? Unless Michael B. Jordan is secretly a terrible person. Which I doubt. But you never know. Oh, the flash and lightning in the game is messing with your eyes. Still less particle effects than Avengers. Another lamb blubber. That one. I think if I do one more, I'll be maxed out on drop pod resources. As long as no one craps on Michael B. Jordan bed, he's imagine. We'll do Molten Depths. Sub Digital, you can't believe you caught a live stream? Believe it. It's happening. Just like Naruto says in the dub, believe it. Get him out of there. excited for Jane? Sure. More so, confused. We have about 10 days left in the month. Their marketing has definitely changed compared to other heroes. I think they should finally have a community manager though. But if they're going to release Jane this month, they basically have to stuff everything marketing wise into this week. Like I'm talking trailer, dev stream, deep dive blog, everything. Yeah, the only days they can release Jane now are the 28th or the 30th. So this is their last marketing week. If they don't have any marketing for Jane this week, then that means she's delayed until July. That's going to be something to keep it tabs on. My original prediction was July. People were saying, you know, hashtag June Foster. I was saying hashtag July Jane. July Foster. But they said they targeted late June. They said she'd be out soon. That means they are cutting it close. They usually give themselves plenty of time to promote characters by doing the marketing and having it spread out over, you know, a month or a couple months. That's what they did with Spider-Man. What I think should look like Jane Foster. We already know what she looks like. It's Jane Foster. Basically Jane Foster. We saw from the silhouette that they put in of her, they put in the blog that her iconic look, I suppose, is going to be, or her base look is going to be heavily inspired by the comic books. So the helmet with the helmet mask with the hair peeking out of it. And then they're going to have, you know, her MCU looks. They're going to have comic book looks. We still don't know who the voice actress is going to be, though. If this is the expansion, the game looks exactly the same. Nope. That's why the stream is it says preparing for the expansion. That's what we're doing today. We're just getting some practice in, gathering some resources. Expansion is still not out yet. We already saw the expansion, a lot of what it's going to be like. They did a trailer, they did a live stream. Expansions are going to be very different. All new missions, all new armor, all new gear, new skill trees, new story. Pretty big expansion. That was weird. Yeah, I'm not lucky enough to get access to Worldslayer early. Some people got to play it early. I was not one of the lucky few. They gave it, I think Paul Tassi from Forbes got to play it early. But I missed the window. Will there be new outfits in Marvel's Avengers soon? There's always new outfits in Marvel's Avengers. One of the complaints people, especially the subreddit, the Avengers subreddit, a lot of people over there complain that this game is all skins and no content. But they've been working on the content. But they've still been releasing skins just like they always have. Pretty much every Wednesday a new reveal. Every Thursday it goes on sale like clockwork. Except they've added extra skin every week because they're currently doing the flashback for the shipment skins. So the people who missed out on the shipment skins have a chance to get them again. This past week they had Captain America Day off. Hopefully they do, for the people who miss Iron Man, they do Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3 was supposed to be next in the order, but they skipped him and went to Captain America. So hopefully they go to Captain America. They go away from Captain America this week. I mean, they go to Iron Man this week instead of Black Widow. I know people definitely want that Iron Man instead of Karen Black Widow. Miller did say they might not have a new skin this week. Based on his data mining. He thinks it's possible they're either going to have a sale or something. Most likely a sale or something, or either that or he missed the skin in the data mine files. Which could make sense because, again, this is like the last week they have for marketing Jane if they're going to release her. This game puts you to sleep when you try to play. You can't stand the fact that they made level 15 expeditions so hard solo. You still walk through them. What build are you trying to solo through them? I know I had to adjust my yeah, some of the new expeditions are much harder, but I can still solo them with my Technomancer. But you might just have to adjust some of your perks a little bit. Yeah, I had to adjust a little bit to see what works. Instead of the assault rifle build, I went with the absolute zero for the gun. Yeah, some of the newer expositions are harder than others. I think the main thing they have to improve on, one of the things they should improve on with Worldslayer is defensive perks. That's been a consistent problem with this game. The combination of unbalanced damage mitigation with enemies and defensive perks being kind of, you know, ass for the most part, especially after they nerf Golem. You know, they're trying to steer you away from glass cannon builds, but they make it so that the best way to do damage, unfortunately, is with glass cannon builds. Because speccing middle tree usually means you're not going to be able to kill anything. Yeah, that's the one consistent thing. Because the damage mitigation used to be way worse. They had to do a series of patches to make sure everything was balanced. So I remember I came back on my Pyromancer, because my Pyromancer used to be pretty good. It was like, I felt like I had a balance between defense and offense. But then when I got the new update, suddenly I wasn't doing any damage, and I wasn't tanking anything like I used to either. I wish Tiny Tina's Wonderland had this much enemy density. That's one of my problems with Tiny Tina's. Appreciate you, Zach. Have a good day at work. Last of Us multiplayer should be interesting. Yeah, it sounds like a... Yeah, they made it basically a whole new game. Map looked very interesting. Hope story's good. I wonder how they're going to do it. If it's going to be like a battle royale. Not sure how they're doing it. Why is Taskmaster so tall? Because he's a clone. Clone Taskmaster was given a lot more vitamins. What's up, Mr. Shilla HD? Doom Shilla wants me to check my DMs. Did he send me some adult entertainment? Yes, he did. Wow, look at this twerking video that Doom sent me. Holy. No, I'm kidding. Oh, that's pretty dope. So he made Mr. Doom Shilla CD made me a banner. No, he actually did. He actually sent me. He actually did send me. He made me a banner. I'll show y'all real quick. Made me a. Doom's been playing around more and more in Photoshop. And he made me a Sadot the Gamer banner. I'll read that quick. Very clean. No booty, unfortunately, but pretty good nonetheless. No thick ladies, but I like it. Very brand friendly. And he captured my aesthetic of going Marvel and DC. I like it. Marvel isn't blue. True, Marvel is red. I like it though. I appreciate it. Thank you, twin. Definitely go follow Doom if one of you hasn't already. I'm sure most of you have. The Nick Fury of the community. Always helping out people. That's the background was right there. I don't mind the aesthetic. I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna try it out today. Doing about to start a new side hustle. Doing graphics for people. Doom Killer Designs. Just relaxing. It used to be fun for me. I used to do a lot of Photoshop stuff for fun all the time. It can be relaxing when you're just doing it for fun. The All-Father, Director Doom Fury. Exactly. Yep, hope you had a... Speaking of fathers, hope you had a wonderful Father's Day. Oh, bro, they're cheap. They're holding me on this expedition for some reason. And I can't find out what's wrong with my gear until I get to the end. Until I get back to the outpost. But some of my perks are definitely broken. Basically, all of my defensive perks aren't working at all, so I'm trying to navigate that. All-Seeing Watcher Miller. Legion's the Hawk, but who's Iron Man? Who's the Iron Man of the community? The Tony Stark. Would it be Struggler Rye? Because he's like a game dev. He's not rich though. Is there anyone in the community that fits the Tony Stark role? All good. All good. I know your work can be pretty boring. Very isolating. Blup, blup, blup. Tony Bing. Oh no. Well, he's got the arrogance, but I don't know. The community's kind of turned on Tony. Does that mean we're in civil war? But in Civil War, Tony sided with the Tony Stark sided with the government, which would be CD in this scenario. But Tony Bing went away from CD. So it doesn't really work. The Playboy Games covers everything Marvel. I mean, Stardust covers everything Marvel and DC. He covers Marvel and DC. And people actually like him. Civil War has begun. Where's Cap? Yeah, I don't know who's the Captain America now of the community. Who's the Steve Rogers of the community? Someone super wholesome but also badass. Synchro Champ? Hyrule would be the obvious choice because he's a Captain America main. But Hyrule is anything but wholesome and innocent. Like Justin Hammer. He's Thunderbolt Ross, always thinking he's right. I feel like Alien is the power broker. Secretly controlling things behind the scenes. You never suspect her. Come on. Come on, hurry up. Get out of here. Armor Wars. When it comes to the only relevance Armor Wars has to me is the possibility of War Machine coming to Marvel's Avengers. When it comes to Disney, I don't have much faith in it. I have a wait and see approach. Keep expectations low. And wait and see. Marvel has been pretty mid so far. Marvel and Disney. Star Wars. I can't have faith that Armor Wars is going to be a really good show. I hope it's good. Do I know any good horror movies? I generally don't like horror movies because they don't really scare me. They tend to either be funny, unintentionally so, or just awful. But there have been some decent ones. Cabin in the Woods is one of my favorite movies of all time, just in general. That one's good. Other than that, you know, nothing really appeals to me that much. You know, there were some classics that were okay, like you know, the original Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street stuff. Halloween has surprisingly held up through all the different a lot of the different sequels. The reboots have been pretty solid. Yeah, I loved Cabin in the Woods, and it's got our boy Chris Hemsworth in it, Mr. Thor himself. Yeah, anytime someone asks me about a horror movie, my immediately go-to is Cabin in the Woods. So that's pretty much the only one I've seen in recent years that's legitimately like great. Skeleton Key, I remember that. That was okay. I remember the fourth kind. You ever see that one? That one was okay. Pretty creepy. But can't go wrong with the classics, which I consider Cabin in the Woods, you know. Halloween, Cabin in the Woods, Nightmare on Elm Street, The Exorcist. Insidious. I like the first Insidious. The Ring. Horror genre was taking a big plunge, has been the same. Yeah, like I feel like when I was a kid, horror was a lot bigger. You know, you had, you know, The Exorcist, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, Chucky. You know, then you had action suspense stuff like Alien and Aliens. I remember another one of my, I don't know how well this one aged, but when I was a kid, one of my favorite horror movies, it wasn't a pure horror movie, it was like, you know, had some aspects of comedy, but the Frighteners, if you remember that one was I loved that movie when I was a kid. It creeped me out. I don't know how well it holds up. But I liked it. Yeah, but usually with horror stuff these days, either it's like boring as hell, or it'll be decent, but then they'll make like a bunch of really bad sequels. And it's just like, 80s was peak horror. Facts. Oh, I get to do this one again. I love this Easter egg. It's a nice touch by the devs. Alan Wake control reference. Do you know we hear a lot of Iron and Steel in Ghost of Tsushima? Iron and Steel for the story. When you're raiding, if you're looking for that gear in the main campaign, what you want to be doing is raiding camps. You want to be when you take over a Mongol camp, you want to be looking around and exploring, because you're gonna find that stuff hidden throughout the camps. Same with the outposts and the shops, those shop areas. This film, your hometown, Michael J. Fox. Oh, nice. What gun was what I'm using? I'm using that Absolute Zero assault rifle. I got ultimate, comes with ultimate freezing bullets, which is perfect for an ice-based Technomancer build. And I added Dark Sacrifice as a mod, because it's currently, as far as I know, the best damage mod in the game. All right, that's going to do it for me. Appreciate everyone for stopping by this non-Avenger stream, watching me play my Mr. Freeze build. I'll definitely carry somebody next time. Looking forward to playing this expansion in 7 days. Should be a lot of fun. I'll be keeping an eye on social media, because Avengers supposed to be dropping some Jane Foster stuff this week, so we'll see what's going on. Thanks Doom for the banner. I appreciate it very, very much. You are indeed a real one for that. I'll definitely throw it up on the channel. So I was just thinking that I could use a new banner. I just didn't feel like making one myself again. So that saves me the trouble. Everyone enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for the donations. I'm Sadot the Gamer, signing